12 underdogs covered the number in week 1. And actually, the Giants were an underdog last night and covered, right? They lost by 1 point. So we have 13 out of 17 games so far this season have gone to the underdog. How do you use that information approaching your bets week 2?
Don't overreact, okay? The point spreads will be affected with overreaction more in week 2 than we will see at any time during the year throughout the course of the NFL season. All right, here's what we saw last week, and here's what the mindset for a lot of people is going to be heading into this weekend. Rams are going to crush the Colts. Rams look great. Colts looked awful. Denver's going to crush Jacksonville. Denver looked great. Jacksonville looked terrible. Arizona's going to annihilate Minnesota because the Cardinals look great and Minnesota looked brutal. That is not going to get you paid in the long term. Case in point, Greeny, last night, Thursday Night Football. Washington may have lost last week to the Chargers, but we justified it. The Chargers are a good team. Washington lost Ryan Fitzpatrick. The defense is still really good, but the Giants are just hideous. Look at the way they got blown out by Denver. They can't possibly hang on the road with Washington until they did. And then they should have won the game, but they lost. But the only thing that mattered in the gambling world is that they covered the spread. Recency bias is a very real thing. It's what we do from a cognitive standpoint when we put too much emphasis on what happened more recently than on historical events. Weight what happened last week. Don't overweight it.
All right, so again, the games to keep an eye on there. Don't go crazy with the Rams. Don't go crazy with the Cardinals. Don't go crazy with the Broncos. Having said that, Joe Fortenbaugh, what are your favorite NFL bets this weekend?
All right, so I'm going to lean right into that. And one of the first games that jumps off the board is Carolina plus 3.5 against New Orleans. There's something greeny out here in Las Vegas called the look-ahead line. It's the ability to get a point spread about 10, 11 days before the game is played. For example, we are heading into week 2 right now, but 2 days ago, we got the point spreads for week 3. This is valuable information because you take those point spreads, and then after the games are played this weekend, compare them to the new numbers that open up Sunday night, Monday morning, and see how much of an overreaction there was. For example, the Saints on the look-ahead line were a 1.5-point favorite at Carolina. Then the Saints go out and crush Green Bay. Now they're a 3.5-point favorite. To some, they would say it's only a 2-point move, no big deal. 3 is the most important number in professional football betting. 3, that's the most important spread. More games end on a differential of 3 than any other number. 24-21, 27-24, 31-28. You see where I'm going. You got to be on the right side at 3. Carolina looked good last week against the Jets. Defensively, they played sound football. They're getting better on that side of the ball. Christian McCaffrey's back. Sam Darnold looked sharp in his debut in Joe Brady's offense. 3.5 points is a lot at home. I would take Carolina. The other game I'm really focusing on is Pittsburgh minus 6 against the Raiders. This is what we call a situational play. I'm betting against the Raiders situation. What do I mean by that? Monday Night Football, which means a short week. They win in Las Vegas in the first game in front of a packed house. You don't think they were celebrating after that game? You come in Tuesday. It's a quick turnaround to get ready for a cross-country road trip for an early start time against an elite defense that's debuting their home opener in front of a packed house at Heinz Field. Bad spot for the Raiders, who are down Denzel Good, one of their starting offensive linemen, on what was already a rebuilt offensive line. I'd lay the 6 with Pittsburgh. I'd take the 3.5 with Carolina.
I like that very much. Those are 2 really good picks. How about my Jet game? Patriots, Jets, the Pats. What did I see? 3.5-point favorite? No, it was 5.5. The Pats are a 5.5-point favorite at the Jets. Anything in that game you like?
So that's climbing for one key reason, and it's Belichick's history against rookie quarterbacks. You as a Jets fan don't need me to reiterate this to you, but for anyone out there, the Jets, or I should say the Patriots, are always elite going against rookie quarterbacks. For example, look at what Bill Belichick did to Tua Tagovailoa last year. Look at what he's done against rookie quarterbacks throughout his career. He frustrates these guys. He makes life very, very difficult for them, and as a result, the offenses struggle to score points. The total in this game is what I find interesting. It's 43 points. I think the Jets are probably going to struggle to score in this game, given that New England, A, has a very good defense, and B, will game plan well for Zach Wilson, who I thought looked good at times last week against Carolina, but it was a debut on the road. That was going to be a tough game regardless for him. He did have some bright spots. Jets are going to struggle. New England, I'm not 100% in on Mac Jones just yet. Doesn't mean I doubt the kid, but it's early. He's a rookie. He's going to be on the road. It's a divisional game. I don't see them hanging 45 in this one. I play under 43 points.
All right, and one more. Again, Joe Fortenbaugh with me here on the Goodyear Hotline, making the plays that move you forward. Goodyear more driven. For fans who want to get in on something in college, give me one good bet from the college game this weekend.
Such a pro with the reads. Such a pro, Greeny. Excellent job there. From the college game, I looked at the biggest game on the board, Alabama, Florida. The total's 50. 59.5. I would bet the over in that game. Alabama should be able to score against Florida for a couple key reasons. Florida's defense looked okay in its first 2 games this season, but they didn't cover either spread because they couldn't get enough stops against Florida Atlantic and South Florida. And Florida likes to play at a very fast tempo, which means they're either moving down the field quickly or they're giving it back to Alabama quickly, which means, to me, I think Bama is going to be able to put their points on the board. Look out for Anthony Richardson. It's a 2-quarterback system with Florida. Emory Jones and Anthony Richardson. The kid can run like the wind. He's fantastic. And Alabama's got some injuries at the linebacker unit. They'll be able to extend plays and move the ball down the field. I'd play over 59.5 points, Alabama and Florida.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.